Oh yeah, live at the barber shop. What's up? What's going on, people? How y'all feeling out there? Me, I'm over here chilling, man. Brought y'all another great guest. Know what I'm saying? My boy is out there in the sun right now. Chico Benny Man. What up, champ?
What's up, fam? How's it going?
Oh man, I'm maintaining, B. How you feeling?
Man, staying alive. Oh, you know what's crazy, man? I mean, you know, I'm the type of dude, I like to keep it 100. And it's unfortunate that this situation is taking lives. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, the world needed to slow down, man. Shit was going too fast, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bills was coming too fast. Like, 30 days was feeling like 20.
Okay.
And it's like, people you try to do projects with or just meetings, and everybody always busy.
Mm-hmm.
Things just pile up. And then once this hit and everybody was shut down, this is the first time like I've actually like spoke to people and really like sincerely they listen.
Okay.
And that's just across the board, whether it's personal life or business. It's like you're able to connect with people, man. And I just felt like the situation is unfortunate what it's doing to people's lives, but at the same time, it put the world on pause and everybody to kind of look at their surroundings and their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even like bringing people's relationships together and tearing them apart.
Facts.
You you start finding out like, yo, I'm really not supposed to be with you, or you
Mm-hmm.
find out, you know what, I was wilding, man. I don't know why I was out there wilding when I got all this right here. So it's like it's everybody, different strokes, different folks. But again, like I said, the world had to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
And we got it.
Mm-hmm.
You know
So,
what I mean?
do you think we can ever get back to a normal way of life after this?
Uh, I think it's gonna take time.
Mm-hmm.
I think conspiracy and lies, and I think people just ain't gonna trust a lot of anything from here out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, especially people that's been affected. It's like, how do you go back to your normal life?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you go back to your normal life if you've been affected by it?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take some time, man. And it's like, that's all I'm saying. Like, that's just how I feel. I think it's gonna take time. I think it's either gonna be a benefit or negative for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because to give somebody a handshake and say hello is a little different now.
Yeah, everybody doing elbows.
Yeah.
Everybody doing elbows, and it's crazy, man. Like, nobody's hugging no more.
Mm-hmm.
They shut down the hugs.
Which is weird,
And,
right?
our people's like, we are affectionate people.
Yeah, yeah.
So when we give dap, our dap comes with the right or the other arm giving a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, now all of that is shut down. It's like, now what?
The love is gone.
Like, yeah, a nigga sneeze or try to clear their throat. If nigga do, yo, whoa, you good?
You all right?
Yo, I told you to come over with a mask, yo. You like,
Yeah.
no, I just cleared my throat, yo.
That's when you start
And
tapping
then,
your watch like, yeah, I gotta go.
yeah, especially when people hit you with, they ain't pulling guns out on you now. They pulling out the thermometer guns. Like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
what's good, man? Hold up, let me see your forehead.
Facts.
All right, you good? You good? Come on in.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's like, damn, we really at that point right now?
You gotta leave sanitizer at the door.
Yo, real talk. How crazy is that? Everywhere you go, you can't find no damn sanitizer.
Word.
This is crazy.
My thing was like, yo, why did everybody buy up all the toilet tissue?
I'm confused with that one. I guess people thought they wasn't gonna be able to come outdoors ever again, like it was an apocalypse or something.
Word. I'm
I'm
like,
like,
yo,
y'all more concerned of cleaning y'all ass, huh?
you don't need 30 rolls.
No, man. I said, you do know back in the day. Hey, what's up, buddy? You do know back in the day, you use a face cloth or a rag, and then when you're done, you go rinse it in some soap and water and you reuse it.
Facts.
nobody thinking that though. Everybody like, nah, that's nasty. What are you talking about? Like, if your child poops in their outfit, guess what? Your mom's gonna wash it.
That's a fact.
It's the same thing. Just put some bleach in there, get some white towels, bleach and soap. The germs are gone. It's killed. Bleach kills everything. We
And you
just
can
can't
come back.
inject it like Trump want us to.
Well, he was straight tripping.
Listen, y'all gotta understand, man. That man is not supposed to be in there. If he
Mhm.
knows it, they know it.
Mhm.
He's not supposed to be in there. You know what I'm saying?
It's like he freestyling.
Huh?
He freestyling.
Yeah, and most of the people he got, telling him what to say.
Mhm.
It's not him. You dig? It's not him. They telling him what to say.
Mhm.
And I think, you know what? The government's so foul, yo. I think they let him clown themselves at times. I think they be like, yo, let that nigga talk. Yo, I need something to laugh at.
Yeah.
So I think, Lysol, you should inject. I know they high-fiving behind the camera. Like, got him.
Got him.
We got him. More hashtags. Let's go.
Mhm.
I'm selling some videos now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's where I'm like, I think that they just like clowning him, man. I think dudes be in there taking turns like, yo, let me sit up there at the podium and try to hold my laugh, see if I can do it. I just think that they love clowning him, man. They look forward to him saying some dumb shit.
Yeah,
And that's what scares me because of that, he might get back in office.
Yeah.
This nigga's on Instagram, like tweeting, my nigga. Like, how crazy is that?
I heard one person talking. They was like, "Yo, we can't get him off the tweets."
Yo, do you understand how crazy that is?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, do you know how crazy that is that the president sent a Instagram, a tweet. He said, yo, check your bank account. I just put a stack in there. Holla at me in November.
Yeah.
What the hell? Yo, it's like, you may want a president back like that because that's hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
he's talking like that. He's ego tripping. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I know a couple people that said they gonna vote for him because of that little 1,200.
Yeah, they're gonna vote for him. That was the idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea. We're gonna get them. They're gonna go out there and waste it. They're gonna be blowing their money real quick. We're gonna get it back. It's gonna come right back. Yeah. It's coming right back. We're gonna get all that back because they're gonna spend it as soon as they get it. And look, you see everybody on the internet throwing all their money on the bed.
Yeah.
And it's like, now it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So now what?
1,200
So
down the
sad.
drain.
All down the drain.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about family. How important is family to you, champ?
Man, let me tell you something. That is the most important. The most important thing is family, man, because ain't nothing else matters in this world. Not to me. I'm very close with my kids. My kids are my best friends, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't play that. Like, I love you as my second language.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my generation of parents wasn't very affectionate like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a catch-22, but I just know that I was gonna change that generational curse.
Mm-hmm.
Because back then I think my generation of parents, I think they consider that being soft, but me personally, I'm like, no, I think a lot of people's lives could be different today if they were embraced by family. And one thing about my family, like all my coming up as a kid, my family really loved me. Like, they always we always did a lot of family things. All families beef and arguing, all that stuff, but that's just family shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I can say that we always had, we were able to have those conversations of family reunions,
okay,
barbecues and all of that. So I just feel like without that in your life, man, ain't nothing really. Because nowadays, man, dudes are fugazi, man. You can't trust people these days.
That's a fact.
You know, it's a dog eat dog world, man. People look in your face and be like, "Yo, son, I hope you be great. I hope you do this," and then behind your back, man, this nigga's whack.
Stabbing you.
Yeah, saying, "Oh, he got lucky.
Mm-hmm.
He got lucky. Oh, what he doing now? They waiting for your failure." Yo, man, I ain't seen you on something in a minute, man. You all
Yep.
right? And
Like I
it's
told
like,
you.
you know what I'm saying? I told
Mm-hmm.
y'all. I told y'all. It's just a phase. And
Yep.
that's when you need family. When you got cats like that, it's always good to be able to fall back and go home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think family is very important.
Okay. Well, I know you don't. A lot of people don't know that you from Amityville, Long Island.
Yes, sir.
Do you get to come to Long Island while you out there working like this?
Well, Corona season, no. But
Yeah.
usually I come home like every 2 months
Okay.
because I got my oldest kids out there. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely got to come home. I got to get them, daddy time.
Okay.
But a lot of times if I'm longer than 2 months, it's usually because I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of stuff I do out here, even if I'm not on camera, I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And
Okay.
and out here, that is actually where more money is.
Mm-hmm.
Being on TV is one thing if you own it, if you wrote it, then you're a beast. But
Okay.
when you just getting paid by other people and they the ones going home with the 6 and 8 figures, you start learning a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I try to make it home as much. And plus, I always like to come home for a refresh, man.
Okay.
I always like to come home because LA and New York are completely different beasts out here. How we are is completely a 180 from LA people.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes, I get homesick all the time because a lot of cats out here can't relate to a lot of things that I'm used to, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You try to adapt, but at the same time, like when you really know you like love a certain lifestyle of people, you got to go back and get refreshed so you don't forget.
That's true.
You know,
Well, what gave you the spark to be an actor?
yo, man, real talk. I was doing music. I was signed to Will Smith,
Mm-hmm.
and I did the Apollo. I did everything musically in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was in a group, and we got signed, and the music industry just started getting really corrupt,
Okay.
and um, it was getting slow. Nothing was happening, and I was going back and forth to California, and Will was giving me and the guys allowances, but those allowances weren't like, I mean, it wasn't something I was like, man, I left New York to come out here and make $1,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
No, hell no. I'm going to this dude's mansion, meeting all his peoples, everybody that was in the business. All right, fam. All right, everybody, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that was out here doing it was living nice. I was like, yo, what the? And so it just started bringing me down. I was getting depressed, man. And I was like, you know what? I need to get a plan B.
Okay.
And I've always been a believer in not having a plan B because I believe it distracts plan A.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, that went out the window because
Okay.
the money was funny. And my son at the time was just, born, and he was in New York. And I was like, yo, I got to make money to take care of my seed, man. I got to think of something. So, Will was like, yo, man, I'm shooting this movie. He said, it's called Enemy of the State. If you want to come to the set and, come chill and get your mind right, you're welcome. So I came on the set, and that was it, man. I started seeing this dude running through buildings, jumping out windows. I was like, yo, this shit is dope.
Mm-hmm.
I seen how they was like catering to him on set. It just was a really dope dope situation. And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So after we was about to leave, I said, yo, man, I want to be an actor. And he laughed at me, man. He said, that quick, huh? I was like, yo, man, I'm gonna be on TV in a year. And Will laughed at me, man. He said, it don't happen like that, Cheek. He said, you don't know me like that, man.
Straight up.
I told him straight up, it's gonna happen in a year. So I came back to the Ville, and they used to have a bowling alley on Route 110.
Okay.
And I used to go in there and bowl for money. And we bowling for $100 a strike. I'll never forget it. Man, God was on my side. I threw 15 strikes back to back. I made 1,500. And I bought a plane ticket to go back to LA.
Okay.
With no plan, just I'm out. I told wifey, like, yo, I need to make this move, but I need you to support me. I said, because I can't be in Amityville. I can't do it here. I said, being here is going to make me do what's here. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
And I just know my brain is outside of this. And, you know, she gave me mad respect. She said, yo, man, do you. Go ahead. I support you. So I went back out. I called up Charlie Mack, best friends of Will, worked with Will. I was like, yo, Charlie, I ain't got nowhere to stay. I'll sleep on the floor. And he was like, all right, come on. And then make a long story short, I snuck into audition, man, booked a TV job, and my life changed after that. I call my story the Cinderella story.
It was official. You got me smiling.
A Cinderella story. And I tell that to a lot of people because I have to be clear. It does not happen like that. You don't just get up, sneak into it. No. That is definitely a Cinderella story, my brother. Because and we all know Cinderella, what happened to pumpkin chains at a certain time, right?
That's a fact.
Well, that's what happened when the show got canceled. That was the motherfucking wake-up call. Like, oh, this ended. What the? And then it humbled me because I didn't get a gig like that, like how I got it the first time.
Okay.
So I had to do what most of all the other actors that was trying to get on did. And it was hard, man. It was hard. It was not that easy. And then I established a brand. I established myself. People knew who I was now. I was getting offers and stuff. And then because my show was syndicated, because you want that syndicated money. Syndicated money, anybody that's on television, that's the goal, is to do as many episodes you can to hit that syndication mark. Okay. And we did 98 episodes. So we're syndicated. So I was living off of that money. So my hunger wasn't as hunger was the first time because I was still making some good bread off of the reruns.
Okay.
But, you know, that was my first entrance into Hollywood.
Well, for a person that don't know, what's syndication?
Syndication is if you do about, well, now it's different. If you could do about 65 or more episodes, that means other networks or cable networks that need content, they can buy those episodes and rerun them on a network that they're trying to start up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like when BET was not doing just music, they began doing TV content. They would go buy old movies like you've seen before. Like you'll be watching Cooley High, Above the Rim, New Jack City, all these movies that are old, they would play again so they can fill in that advertisement space.
Okay.
And it, you know, and then, you know, it's about 1,000-something channels on cable now. So that's why, you know, things have changed even in pay-wise because there's so many channels now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But syndication, definitely you want because you're gonna get paid for the rest of your life.
Okay, we're talking about Half and Half. I used to watch that show on the regular.
I appreciate that.
How was it on the set?
Yo, it was fun, man. I was pretty much the new Jack. Everybody else did stuff. I think me and Valerie Pettiford, we was the like only two that didn't really do film and TV like that. But everybody else, Thelma Hopkins, Rachel, Essence, they all was like vets.
Mm-hmm.
But me, it was like a kid in the candy store, man. From Amityville to Hollywood, I was making money. And listen, what I was making in a week, I never made in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it was like the best of the world, man. I felt like a king, man, and having fun.
Okay.
So every day I went to work, man, it was like going to Disney World. It was and it's like where I worked at, I worked on this lot called CBS Radford. And
Okay.
so imagine every house on your block is a stage, right?
Uh-huh.
So imagine next door is Bernie Mac's show. Across from you is Will and Grace. Across from them is Tracy Morgan's show. Across from that, it's like everybody you watched on television is like on your street.
Okay.
So it's like you got to see everybody, like soap opera people, newscasters, sports news. All these people just walk into the little cafeteria on the lot, just chilling. And I'm telling you, man, I used to go to work, do the table read about 9 o'clock. So I would get to work about 8, but I would leave the lot probably midnight.
Mm.
Mind you, we would go home like 2, 3 o'clock. But because I didn't believe, I felt like I was in a dream. I'm like, yo, man, I don't want to wake up, man. I'm like, hold on. And literally, man, I would stay in my dressing room. And it's crazy too, because in my dressing room, we were parked next to like a fake street. It was called New York Street. So it looked like a New York City street.
Okay.
So out my window, my view was a New York City street. So it felt like I was in New York.
You home.
Every time I looked out the window, it's a bodega, Korean store, little shop, little coffee shop where they shot Seinfeld when they was like on the New York street having coffee and all that. That's the street that was my window view.
Wow.
So it was like I still had home in my visual, even though it was a fake street.
Okay.
So it was like, it was surreal to me, man. It was very surreal, man. It took, even after like doing 4.5 seasons, I was always the last one to leave, yo. Always the last one to leave.
That's how you want to be.
Yeah, man.
Well, I know you was on the set of Enemy of the State. What did you learn from watching that movie making right there?
What I learned because it's such a different thing, because my TV show was on a set with 4 cameras. Movies are 1 camera and that's it. That 1 camera is following you all over the place.
Okay.
And at a fast pace, you running, you jumping, you got like cranes and all of that. It was very big production wise, but when I went out for stuff, I was raised on like the Martin shows, the Good Times, I knew comedy timing, and I was familiar what sitcoms look like. So I knew I wanted to do comedy.
Okay.
I knew that because I was always doing that at school. I mean, in school I got class clown. So because I always liked to make people laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And never knew it was gonna take my career to another level. Most people think like, oh, this nigga got class clown. You was a clown, and nigga, that whole thing changed because I could always say, yeah, I got class clown. Got paid to do that shit too. After.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But it's definitely a difference. And that was a drama. That was an action film. Like that's definitely what I'll do next. I'm supposed to be in Houston right now shooting a movie, man.
Okay.
It's probably going to be the next urban classic. It's literally about this guy, the guy that like created Lean in Houston.
Okay.
And he hit me up and offered me the role. And so like for the last 3 weeks, I've been studying like Houston lingo, like slabs, and, rolling on faux foals and candy app, like just how they talk. I've been listening to Pimp C, Bun B, Swisher House stuff, Chop and Screw.
Okay.
I want to kill this because they're gonna shoot it like Hustle and Flow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, and I've done movies in Houston. I love Houston's culture. Like it's really dope out there.
Okay.
But there's that difference. So it's like, even though I watched Will do that stuff, I still wanted to do comedy first.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you can work with any actor in the world, who would it be?
Definitely Will.
Okay.
Denzel.
Mm.
Sam Jackson. Viola Davis.
Okay.
Um, Eva Mendes. If we talking about just beauty and got acting chops. I mean, to be honest with you, man, right now, time to change is. It's so many different people doing it now. Like I would love to work with Issa Rae,
Okay.
homegirl that did Chicago show. Leith. Shoot, I get a brain fart.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I know you're talking about this son, but I want to work with her. It's just a lot of people, like, because when you really start meeting people off camera and like seeing how they pen is,
Mm-hmm.
like you want to have a resume with somebody that got an ill penmanship.
Okay.
And then like, and then like the white actors, I definitely want to do like one with Vince Vaughn. I actually wrote a script that I have him as the lead in.
Okay.
So if he bites and wants to do it, then that'll be on my bucket list, doing a movie with him, because I'm in it with him.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Mike Epps. Definitely wanted to work with Mike Epps. Very funny.
Funny dude.
Like I said, man, it can go across the board, man. We be on here for a while picking names, but I definitely want to work with some of the greats first.
Okay.
I do want to do a Marvel. I want to be a superhero. I definitely want to be a bucket list.
Who
on
would
my
you be?
bucket list. I don't know. Like I'm. It's like, think about it. It's like half of the characters that we grew up on that were white, they're black superheroes. So it's like, I could say I want to be the first Superman, but you know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to still get that out of my head that I know what Superman looked like.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And plus, out here it's scary because they say Superman role is cursed. What's the name? Paralyzed. So, but everybody else is winning. Even characters I never was really into Marvel comics like that coming up. But when you visually see this stuff, it makes you want to be involved. But I always wanted to save the world. I always wanted to have a character saving the world, saving someone other than just with a gun. I always wanted to be like supernatural.
Put hands on them.
Or just blink and some shit blow up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
Just really just be ill.
Would you ever do a show or a movie about your life?
I would do a book first.
Okay.
Because sometimes, man, you go down that rabbit hole, man. It just doesn't have a bottom. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when you go in that rabbit hole, man, you grabbing a couple of people to go with you and may not want to go.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that's another catch-22. It's a thin line, man, because once you go there, like, you can't front. But some could always come back and bite you in the back. You know what I mean? So, but I'm definitely doing a book. I've already started on a book. I'm like 300 pages in. Okay. I mean, it starts from the beginning, before I even was conceived. And I eventually want to do like a series, like a one-shot series. But this book I'm doing right now is called The Greatest Role I Ever Played. It's me in life. You know what I mean? I call myself like the Forrest Gump from Amityville.
I like that. I like that.
Because I've yo man, it's like half of the people in the world, the controversy people, good people, I've met them. I've crossed paths with those people. Like people would never believe that I was at Whitney and Bobby wedding at the Tavern on the Green. I was there. I was there. Why? I was signed to Whitney. Nobody knew that. The woman that wrote the book, that was her best friend, Robin Crawford, she signed me in the Fellas.
Okay.
I met Whitney when she was doing The Bodyguard. We were signed to Angel Way. And then I went to the wedding. I remember sitting at the same table with Usher. And he was young Usher.
Okay.
And then people don't know that I did a Michael Jackson video. I was in New York and they had this magazine called Backstage. And that was the only way I could try to find out about auditions because I didn't have an agent.
Okay.
And I went out to the city. I used to save my money up, take the train from Amityville, Long Island Railroad. I go early and stay out there. I would not come back to Amityville until it was dark. And literally, I used to go out there with 20 bucks, broke, like literally broke, buying like, bags of chips and eating like 2 chips, just so I don't leave and miss out on the opportunity. And then one day, man, I started having an audition, and it said it was for a Prince video.
Chico, I think you got your on the mic.
What about now?
Nah, still the same.
Nah, I don't. My hands on the side. I don't see a mic on.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. It just it got a little robotish.
Oh, it could be this area, man, because I'm surrounded by mountains.
Okay.
But you can hear me enough, though, right?
Yeah, we hear you though.
All right. So I went to this audition, man, and I saw everybody was in prison outfits, and I had a migraine, man. I never forget. I was so hungry, yo. I had a migraine, and so my face was like this. I was just like this, and and it's funny because I had a stocking cap like this too.
Okay.
And I had a headache, man. It was killing me. And I got in line, and so I never forget Laurie Gibson, who everybody knows was like the choreographer for Making the Band. They call her Boom Cat now, but care.
Yep, I hear you.
And she saw me. She said, "Man, you look so mad. You look so angry." And I was like, and she was like, "Yeah, come on me. I like that look." So I went in there in pain, and she said, "Listen, I want you to put the suit on." I got dressed, and then I went into the cafeteria scene. It was like the jail cafeteria scene. And I saw Spike Lee. I said, "Oh shit, Spike Lee." And I've always wanted to do a movie with Spike Lee, and it just so happened he was directing that video. They don't really care about us video. And we all waiting for Prince, and they was like, "Look, if you look at the artist, you're fired. If you look at him, you stare at him, you're fired. You are not supposed to look at him." So I'm like, we all at the table like, ain't nobody feeling Prince like that. What's wrong with him? Like, he's staring at no damn Prince. So I sat at the table, and they left us. They had an X next to me. So I was like, I didn't understand why the X was there. And then, make a long story short, they was like, "This is where the artist is gonna sit." I said, "Oh shit, yo, I'm sitting next to Prince, son, in the video." Oh, everybody in Amityville gonna be like, "No, that's Chico, right?" So they're doing all these camera blocking, so they come up to me and they move me. I said, "Yo, what I do? What's wrong? What's going on?" It was like, no, because you're kind of tall, and we want to put somebody that's kind of short right there, so you won't block camera.
Okay.
I said, yo, I can squat. You know what I'm saying? I can squat down. Y'all tried everything in my best power not to be moved, right? So they moved me to the table in front of it.
Okay.
So now I'm pissed off, yo. I ain't gonna be next to Prince, right? So then everybody was like, all right, the artist is coming in. And no, I'm sorry. They didn't move me yet. So I'm sitting there still. So they said the artist is coming in. So we all waiting. And then they had a stunt double. And I was like, damn, these niggas sucks. Don't look like no damn Prince.
Mm-hmm.
So you like Michael Jackson. Like, how the hell he get as a stunt double? So the guy sitting next to us, he even got like the Michael Jackson shoes on. And I'm like, yo, casting fire. Y'all, wrong artist. And everybody knew that Prince and Michael Jackson didn't get along. I was like, this is insulting, man. Somebody must be trying to be funny. Man, they was like, all right, let him in. And then Spike was like, remember, you look at him, you fired. I see you on camera, you fired.
Straight cheese.
So I have to hit straight ahead. Yo, this nigga Michael Jackson. I went straight, bitch. I was like,
oh.
Listen, they even fired. Listen, they hired real jail cats. Like, you could tell, tats on their face, Jamaican chain phone lines on their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could tell cats was in there for real, was locked up. And he walked in, bruh, and he sat next to me. Michael Jackson sat next to me. And I said, oh, shit. And I can't even look at this nigga. So imagine Michael Jackson right here. And you can't even do this. So I had to ignore this man. Do you understand the pressure I was under?
Uh-huh.
Michael Jackson. I'm like this, dog. Just killing myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, fuck this, man. You fired me. I said something to Michael Jackson. Fuck it. I can go with that memory. So literally, Spike turned his head talking to some lady. I said, it's a pleasure to work with you, Michael. And I put my head back. This nigga Michael said, Michael hit me with this. He said, thank you. And he put his hand out to shake my hand.
Mm.
So I hurry. Now I'm like, there's no way I'm going to disrespect this man and not shake his hand. So I hurry up and shook his hand. I said, sorry. Right? It was like shaking a stick of butter, man. Just, you could tell this man never worked in his life. His hands were so soft. It was amazing. So this dick next to him on the other side, so I got away with it. He goes, yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you, sir. Hey!
But you ain't meet him.
Or you saw somebody come tap him on the shoulder?
Uh-huh.
Get out. Got fired. Time to go. I said, oh, shit. So now my heart is racing because they caught him.
Uh-huh.
And I was afraid this nigga was going to tell on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like sitting there cold turkey. And then that's when they came and said, hey, we need you to move. I said, this bitch ass boy. I was mad. I thought he ratted me out.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, then that's when they told me, you kind of tall. We can't block the artist. I was pissed, yo. So they put me at this table. Now I'm angry. And now I'm not next to him, but the camera was aiming at me.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew you would see me, but I wasn't next to him. Well, that worked in my favor, brother. Because the dude that sat next to him on camera. Because Michael gets out the chair and dances on the table. So the camera raises up and you see all of my ass.
Mm.
My face, right here. I'm Michael Jackson. Hear me. So there was no way nobody could see I wasn't in that video. Mm-hmm. So now I'm hyped. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing the dance movements. And I got a white stocking cap on, so I stood out. Okay. So it's like you could not see me, right? Mm-hmm. So now I'm like hyped. I'm doing all the movements. And then it was like, all right, that's it. Everybody go home, right? So they said we need 20 people. It was about 400 guys in this video. They needed 20 guys. for close-ups with Michael.
Okay.
Now, Mike still got that damn migraine. So every time we wasn't doing something, my head hurt. I'm squinting again. I'm like, oh. Lorianne comes up to me. She said, man, you like really committing to that face. She was like, you want to do the close-ups? I was like, hell yeah. She was like, all right, so come back tomorrow, do your close-ups. I said, oh, snap. So now I'm doing close-ups with Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, the video came out. They premiered it. I mean, they got banned because he was saying Jew me, kike me, and all that stuff. But I got to work with Spike Lee, and I was in a Michael Jackson video before I even hit television, before I even moved to California, before I even met Will Smith. All this happened right after high school.
Michael Jackson.
Michael motherfucking Jackson. And I said, I'm supposed to do this kind of stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
That just doesn't happen. I'm just walking through the streets and go to an audition that I just saw in a magazine and booked it. So now my confidence, you know, niggas from New York, like we all fearless.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like hustling, we fearless. You know, we got that mentality. Like the worst that could happen is they kick me out. Closed mouth don't get fed. That's always been my mentality, right?
True story.
And I wasn't in a rush to get back to Amityville. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nigga, I'll sleep on set if I had to.
Mm-hmm.
I came back and I met a lot of people, and I met Puff, and it's all these people I was meeting as a regular cat who had no name yet, no brand, never been to Hollywood, never met Will. I was regular Chico from Amityville.
Okay.
And I had that big opportunity. So from then on, man, I knew God had a plan for me, man. It just, I went through that process to get here. And yo, man, I respect everything. And man, Amityville made me hustle to get out of there. I'll never forget that just where I came from in general, because that drive and just even De La, when I saw that De La can get out of Amityville, I said I could do that. When Mike James went to the NBA, when Mike James went to the NBA and got a ring, I said I could do that.
Yep.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's what my mentality was, and the rest is history, bro.
Well, you know that I was doing the ones and twos to you. You know what I'm saying? I listened to that love affair 10 times last night.
Yo, man, I appreciate it, man. And half my album I recorded at Jamie Foxx's house. Like my first 5 songs I recorded for my album was at his studio at his crib while he was away shooting Django. Okay. He said, yo, man, I got a studio at the crib, man. You know, you can use it. Ain't nobody at the house. But like, how many people can say that? You know what I'm saying? To have those kind of resources and friendships. I made a lot of friends out here, man. I know I met a lot of people out here sincere. And then I gave back to the community out here. And it's not my community. Okay. But I always felt like they embraced me with this career. So I started a flag football league. And man, it went from like 10 people to 350 people. Had Nike sponsors. I shot it like a sports show, man. I was going all in, bro. And my name just kept growing in the streets out here. Man, I had everybody in my league from Crips, Bloods, MS-13, any gang you can think of was in my flag football league. I didn't know what banging was until dudes was getting in arguments.
Change up real fast.
Your blood, yo, cuz. And I was like, yo, man, why they keep saying that? And dudes was like, yo, he banging on it. And then listen to me. Again, I never feared anything out here, even with all the like television and stories about LA. I just felt like it's what you make. If you go out there with the mentality of you're gonna get along with everybody, and I've always been that person to get along with everybody. I know how to adapt in different jungles. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes embraced me, man. I've never been extorted. I've never been punked out here. You know, I've had dudes like literally right here in my face, Chico, yo, cuz, yo, blood, yo, and fussing. But because I'm so used to that yelling and screaming, you know, a lot of times niggas just need to vent. They don't really want to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like suck all that and go, you done? You finished? We playing football now? All right, let's go. And
Yeah.
they started respecting me out here. Man, I was collecting money every Saturday on that field, making stacks.
Mm-hmm.
And never once was I stuck up, hold up. Nobody wasn't waiting for me in the parking lot. I had no security, man. You know what I'm saying? No security. It was just respect. And then I always gave back. Like some cats in the league, you know, would be like, yo, my daughter's birthday, man. Could you help me out? I'll get him like 300. Yo, man, go ahead. Do the party right. Ball out.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy did that. Like I always was that dude. Like, yo, money's tight in my crib. Can you just help me with some groceries? I'll give cats $200. Yo, go fill up your refrigerator. I was that dude. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
That's
Because
real.
I knew that they was always going to come back and be loyal or even bring more people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you investing in me, I'm gonna invest in you. And that was my mentality. And I did it for 10 years, yo. While I was acting, while I was doing that, 10 years, bro. Like every Saturday. And it was fun, man. And people and all the dudes out of the street dudes, they to this day, they be like, yo, man, a dude from New York came out here and owned the valley in flag football. Fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
How did you do that? Like NFL cats, because I became friends with NBA players because they all played in my league.
Okay.
NBA players. I had Jalen Rose, Mitch Richmond, B. Russ. I had uh man Reggie Bush. I had T.O. All of them came in there and played a couple of games. It was retarded, yo. And I had Nike as a sponsor. So all the players got Nike gear, Nike bags, Nike cleats. I, I was the man. I was
I'm getting it
bringing
better
in
than
all
that.
this stuff for strangers I didn't know. And it was fun, man. And that's why I said, like, I'm an all around dude, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even though I do the acting out here and the music and all that stuff, man, I'm all about family, like what you
Okay.
asked me earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's my blood or it's friends, I like people to, because a lot of those dudes, man, came up to me and was just thanking me because they was like, yo, man, you stopped me from fucking a dude up this day or busting a dude. Or I was about to do a drive-by on this kid, man, but I couldn't let my team down and we lose.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started really seeing the spectrum of how I was affecting people doing this. Because at first it was just entertainers were allowed in it. You couldn't be an outsider
Okay.
because I didn't want regular football dudes to come in and hurt one of the actors and then they can't go to work because they had nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But then the actors started getting real diva and it wasn't fun football no more. So then I started embracing everybody in the neighborhoods. I was going to the gyms, tapping dudes on the shoulder, like, yo, man, what you getting ready for? You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I ain't getting ready for nothing, man. Just trying to make my body. Oh, I'd be like, oh, you one of them baby or a model dudes. Oh, my bad. I thought you was an athlete. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
My bad. I ain't gonna disturb you. Wait, yo, whoa. What you mean? I'd be like, nah. I thought you was an athlete, man. But you in the mirror a lot. I said, I ain't gonna disturb you. Yeah, man, I was all league this and all league that. I'd be like, look, save it for over.
Mm-hmm.
I got a flag football league. Come by yourself or bring a team.
Straight
It's
up.
$10 a week. That's it. And they was like, bet. That shit worked. Egos.
Mm.
Worked. Family. We was like a friend. Like I'm about to do a Hall of Fame thing because everybody been asking me to do it since we haven't been playing. I shut it down 2 years ago. So I'm gonna do a Hall of Fame. But yeah, man. But go back into the question, man, because I'm telling you, that's why I said it's a rabbit hole, man.
Uh-huh. Well, who producing your music?
Oh man, all my producers are like hit producers. Tim and Bob, Mike City, the interns, Trey and Vidal, this cat named Arsonist. Redman on the album, Method Man on the album. De La did a remix for me. I'm gonna put that out soon.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the crazy thing. Most of the hit producers, I know them dudes. I know them, but I just never. One thing about me too, fam. I have to make this very clear. I've never been a name dropper.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been a groupie. So a lot of people always be like, "Why you ain't got pictures of Will? Why you ain't got pictures of Fox?" And because I felt like if you're my boy, I don't have to tell everybody that.
That's a fact.
You dig what I'm saying? Like I
Uh-huh.
don't have to justify by taking a picture. Yo, let me put this picture on the gram, so everybody know I know you. That's corny to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been corny to me. If I'm at an event and somebody said, "Hey, let me get a picture with y'all together," that's different.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm trying for me to take a picture to name drop, I've never been that dude, man. But lo and behold, trust me, a lot of people, 95% of relevant, was relevant, big names out here, I know them personally.
Mm. Well, let's talk about Will Smith. How did you meet him?
I was in the studio with my group. We was in Philly, doing a session, and Charlie Mack walked into our session by mistake. He was looking for the Roots, and he walked in our session. I was on an independent label called Big Ones, and he walked in, and he was like, "Oh, damn, my mistake." And I was on the piano. We was recording a song I dedicated to my pops when he passed.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came in, we was in the middle of recording it. And he was like, "Yo, who are y'all?" And we was like, "Yo, the name of our group is at the time we were called Infinity."
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, we named Infinity, da da da. He was like, "Y'all on the label?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You happy?" We was like, "We all right." He was like, "Yo, I want you to meet somebody." We was like, "Who is this dude? This big ass motherfucker. Who is this?" And he was like, "Yo, yo, yo." He said, "I'm trying to set up something, but can y'all sing over the phone real quick?
Mm-hmm.
They gotta hear you." We like, we was very vulnerable. We was vague. We wanted people to hear about us. And that was like the first time somebody really was like, "Yo, you guys are, I gotta show you to my friends," type thing, right? So Charlie, hold on a second.
Uh-huh.
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Yep.
So Charlie said, "Sing it to the phone, sing it to the phone." And all we heard was screaming on the phone. And I was like, "Yo, who's that screaming?" Got back up. When he said, "Come with me, we're just gonna go down the block." We ain't going down far. We went to this little hall. Got inside the hall, man. It was two people sitting in a chair with shades on, right? Real Hollywood type stuff. So we started singing the song that he walked in on. It was called "Goodbye, My Friend." The song, I put it on YouTube.
Okay.
Because now that when we got Will, our name was Trey Knox, but it's on YouTube. It's called "Goodbye," and they was like, you see them nodding heads. We sang, we killed it. So as we're leaving, I saw Jada coming down the steps. I said, "Oh shit, that's Jada. It's Jada Pinkett." But like to the fellas, not groupie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Damn, man, God." Then all of a sudden I was like, "Wait a minute, Jada ain't from Philly." And I was like, "Hey, she must smell like Will Smith or something." Will walks down the steps. I was like, "Oh shit." And the guys was like, "Yo." And he was like, "Look, man, look, I would love to talk to y'all, but I'm in a rush." And he had just released Big Willie style album.
Okay.
He said, "I'm about to catch this flight to DC because I got an album release party." And he was like, "I would love to hear y'all some more." And I looked at the fellas and I said, "Yo, I just went bam, bam, bam." We sang "I Love You for Life" by Jonas. And he just, all that rushing stopped. He said, "Tell the plane we running a little late." Just like that. He
Straight
said,
up.
And he said, "What the hell just happened?" And because we were real singers, man. So it wasn't like we had to warm up. We just finished just singing minutes ago. And whenever I say on 3, we've done that before. So It wasn't like the guys didn't know what I meant. Like we've been in the subways singing. We sang in the subways all the time, on trains, just wooing people over. So when I said, yo, on 3, we already knew. So the attack was on point. Our harmony was on point, and Tony voices replicated Casey and JoJo very well.
Okay.
And Ramon was more like Levert and KC all together.
Mm-hmm.
So we killed it. And he said, yo, man, can y'all sing at my wedding? We was like, what? The fuck? He said, yeah, man, I'm getting married in like a month. Can you sing? We was like, hell yeah. He was like, all right, bet. I'll keep in touch. Man, months went by, man. I said, ah, man, this dude was bullshitting, man. I knew it. Now, you know, in the hood, at that time, you got a FedEx in the mail, nigga. You was somebody special.
That's a fact.
FedEx pulled up, truck pulled up. I never forget, I was in the street and we was playing, what was we playing? I think we was just, we had a basketball court on the pole. Remember how we used to put the cart, the milk carton on the
milk
pole?
carton?
Yeah. So we were just shooting on the cart, and that's when it pulled up, and they was like, FedEx here for Chico. I said, what? And I saw on the cover, it said Will Smith Enterprise. I said, what? I opened that joint up. 3 first-class tickets to Baltimore. And it had a secret message. You are cordially invited to this wedding. The address you will get when you go to point A. Point A, you'll get the address to go to point. It was like some secret, like 007 shit, just to get all these pieces to get you to the location.
Okay.
And long story short, we got there. Bruh, we was so caught up in the hype. We didn't have a goddamn song to sing, man. Will was like, all right, yo, I'll see you in an hour. I want to hear the song y'all want to sing. I was like, nigga, what? I said, oh, shit. Yo, we ain't got a song to sing. And nigga was stressed. When I say we were stressed, we were stressed. And this is how God, again, we were in the right place, right? We was in a limo. And, you know, this when Tower Records was open.
Okay.
And there was a song being played on the radio, a group signed a Babyface called what's the name of that movie? You Can't Handle the Truth, that Jack Nicholson was in.
I know what you're talking about.
The title of the movie was the name of that group.
Okay.
Something Men, or Men of Something. And the song was called Have I Never? Something like that.
Okay.
I forgot. It'll come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And they sang this song called Have I Never Told You I Love You. Mm-hmm. And yo, literally, we fell in love with the song. We was at a traffic light. Tower Records right next to us. Coincidence? Think not. Right? We sitting there. I said, yo, let's see if they, you know how they used to have the single cassette players? But on the back, they would have the instrumental.
Facts.
Right?
So y'all jumped right in.
We went into Tower Records. They had the single. And it had an instrumental on the back. So usually I play the piano, but I didn't have enough time to learn the song. And I had no piano to practice on in an hour. So we literally learned that song in the limo. Will said drop them off to his condo suite in Baltimore. We went upstairs. He said, all right, y'all. Impress me. Man, we started singing, bro. The man started crying. He started crying. He said, in front of us, he said, get on the phone to his assistant. Tell the band that me and Jada are no longer going to walk up to them playing music. I want to walk up to these guys singing a cappella.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Major.
We up in the pulpit singing a cappella that song we just learned an hour ago. While Jada and Will walked up the aisle together. Whew. And an audience filled with mega A-listed TV stars, movie stars, they all there. And we're singing in front of all these people. Mm-hmm. And I never forget after we sang and the wedding was over, Will came up to us behind in the back of the place where he got married. And he said, let me tell y'all something. As long as y'all work hard, loyal, I will take care of y'all for the rest of y'all lives, even if y'all don't put a record out.
Ooh.
And then gave us $1,000 each. Brand new, crisp $100 bills. And that man was a man of his word, man, because mega fast forwarding, when he found out I was out here and saw that, things were happening for me, he was like, yo, man, I blew my money when I was on Fresh Prince. I cannot let you fuck up my brand. Because I was still signed to him as on a label. Okay. He said, I can't make you fuck up my brand. So you could stay with me and Jada so you can save up all your money. I said, nigga, what just happened? What? And he was like, yeah, man, we got extra rooms. It's all good. And he took me like a big brother, man. And it was really dope, man, because he didn't have to do that. The other guys in my group didn't want to stay in California. They wanted to go back to New York. They was content with the G. They was content with the G a month. They was cool with the allowance. I wasn't. I said, there's no way I'm going to live out here on $1,000. And then I knew it would get old, me staying at his crib. I would have wanted my own spot. And I was making money. So I knew it was on, but when he let me stay at his crib, I moved in the crib he's in now. I was like house sitting in one of the cabins pretty much. So he let me stay there for a little bit. And it was like, man, I was like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man. It was dope. It was dope, man. But, I really wanted to do stuff on my own. And Will respected that, I wanted to, keep going on with what I was building out there, right? Okay. But and again, the rest is history, man. Like I owe that man a lot of my life, man. Like he did a lot, man. And that man has never tried to corrupt me or do anything negative, man. Like he was always about me being honest, telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, but I just know that everything that he was trying to, like I was his protege, he was just trying to instill in me to be honest and truthful while I'm in this business. Okay. And he always used to say, you want people to want to work for you. Don't ever get into something where people don't want to work with you. He said, you always want people to love coming to work for you and with you. And I always stuck to that. I always made sure I treated people from the garbage man to the director. I made sure I knew everybody's names. I made sure I was that dude, man. I would take a picture of people when they wasn't looking and stick their picture on my wall, and I'll put their name under it. Okay. And when I come, I'll be like, hey, how you doing, Robert? They'd be like, oh shit. Hey, he knows my name. And if you only like when you see that kind of effect you have on somebody, it's priceless. And I was always like that. I was always trying to like make people feel good, man. And yeah, I'm still like that.
That's official. Well, if live at the barbershop was your last hoorah, could you give some encouraging words to some of the people that's watching?
Listen, I know we're going through a pandemic, but this is the time to figure out what you want to do in your life. This is the time where everybody's listening, including listening to yourself. Don't put yourself in a barrier. Don't let people keep you in a bubble. We all supposed to be free to be able to follow our dreams. And don't be scared, man. You got to jump. Because you'll be that old dude sitting on that porch going, woulda, shoulda, couldas. And there's no do-over. How you do your timeline in life, that's it. And there's going to come to a point when it's going to be too late. And so I'm saying to all of y'all, Anybody tell you that you can't follow your dreams, use that as ammo. Love your family, put God first, and stay safe out there, and always make the right decisions. And always remember there are consequences to things you do negative. So stay positive.
Well, we got 2 more questions, and then we're gonna let you get back to your workout. I see you
Oh,
out
it's
there
a
getting
over.
swole.
The workout. The workout's over, bro.
Oh,
I done turned 2-3 shades blacker.
uh-huh.
It's hot as hell out here, bro.
Well, here on Live at the Barbershop, we like to do a little top 5 dead or alive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna hit you with what's your top 5 rappers of all time, dead or alive?
Eminem, LL, Biggie, Jay-Z, Pop.
Dope. So you got one more question for you. If you could sit back and relax and be like, damn, this is it. What did hip hop do for you?
Say it again. I'll make sure
What
I answer it right. Say it again.
what did hip hop do for you?
What did hip hop do for me?
Uh-huh.
It taught me the code of life. It taught me things that I knew my parents would never tell me. It taught me things that I didn't experience in my neck of the woods of the streets. It taught me how to treat women, both positive and negative. It taught me what consequences was. It taught me what good things come out of taking risks. Hip hop has done a lot, man. I can go on forever, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here today because of hip hop. Me loving R&B and singing and getting on stage, the way I hold a mic, you would think I was a rapper when I'm singing. That's hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was better watching a cat rhyming on stage than a dude singing. And I always would tell people I was the LL of R&B. I used to always tell people that because I always wore my fitted and I always was working out and I always was singing about sex, women, life experiences with a woman.
Okay.
You know, I've always wanted that reputation. Then I became cool with LL. It was so funny. His trailer was next to my trailer when I was doing my Nickelodeon show. So I saw L every day. Coolest cat.
Mm-hmm.
Coolest.
Yo, so don't hang up, champ.
Oh, I'm here, man. Listen, I'm here.
Here on Live at the Barbershop, we like to say, if you build a tight foundation, your roof won't collapse. Mr. Chico Bennyman, what up? For sure.
What up?
Yo, check it out. Can we get a little drop from you? Live at the Barbershop, Chico. Whoop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a video drop or just audio?
Video.
Okay.
We ready whenever you ready.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Chico, representing New York, Amityville, Horror City in the building. Yo, if you're not checking out Live at the Barbershop, kill yourself ASAP. You can't miss any of these episodes. It's going to be the next jump off, the next popular podcast. So y'all need to tune in now to say that y'all was there in the beginning. Holla at your boy. Check me out on there, Live at the Barbershop. Peace.
Oh, yeah. Yo, Chico, if people want to get in touch with you, how they get in touch with you?
Yo, you can reach me on Instagram, ChicoB07. Pretty much all my handles are ChicoB07. Facebook, Chico Benjamin. I know there's a couple of fake pages on Facebook. The one where I got the little the Nickelodeon character picture, that ain't me. The one where I got like a red New York fitted and it's most current videos on there, that's my page. Okay. But yeah, pretty much want to email me, ChicoB07@gmail.com. You know, I'm not hard to talk to. I'm not hard to reach. I do respond. And as long as you coming to me on some positive stuff, I will respond. You hit me with some negative stuff, I will not respond. But I've never really got that, man. So let's keep that moving.
Oh, yeah. Chico, we love you, boy. Thanks for your time.
Man, I love you back, man. Yo, keep doing this, man. And get that lighting.
Oh, yeah.
That lighting. Because we got to see that face, man.
Holla at your boys in them. Y'all heard it first, baby. Peace, kid.
All right, man. Stay up.
Salute.